Hey guys, what's up? This is Ugly Kid back with another video. Before this video gets started, please leave a comment down below. That would be awesome because I make reading comments videos. So if you guys leave a comment on this video or any other video, it'll go into a reading comments video 100% guaranteed. So please make sure you go ahead and do that. Today we are going to be predicting the Buccaneers schedule, and we have Ethan here with us because he is a Buccaneers fan. I thought it's a good idea to predict this with him since he's a Buccaneers fan. I did one with Marcus 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna do it with. I think your name's. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but the Lions fan that's been in the comments. I'll probably make the video with you on Skype. But let's just get right into it. Alright, so we're just going to start off right away. It's going to work pretty much the same way it worked with Marcus. By the way, if you want to see that video, that'll be the first link in the description. So that's when me and my friend Marcus predicted the Raiders schedule. But today, doing the Buccaneers, and first game is going to be Buccaneers at Saints. Buccaneers at Saints. But by the way, Ethan was kind of looking over these to maybe think about what he's doing predictions. And I've never really told you guys, but I actually do the prediction on the spot, so I haven't looked over this at all. So it's kind of hard to come up with these right away, but I try my best. But anyway, again, first is Buccaneers at Saints. So, this is an interesting one. I would say this could be close, but I think I'm gonna say that the Saints win.
Yeah, I agree. The Buccaneers rarely beat the Saints when they're away, so. And Drew Brees and everything. Yeah,
Saints are good at home, so actually the more I think about that, the more I think the Buccaneers probably don't have a chance. No offense. But and then week 2 is going to be against the Eagles in Tampa Bay. So I'm going to have to say that the Eagles are going to win this one. I think the Eagles are going to be probably just a tiny bit worse than they were last year. I know they actually made more additions to the team, so they should be even better. But it always happens after teams win the Super Bowl. They always do worse the next year. Most of the time. I mean, Broncos did it twice in a row, John Elway, but most of the time they're worse. So I think the Eagles aren't going to be as good as they were last year. I think they might be slightly worse, but I'm still going to say that they beat the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay week 2.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I think the Buccaneers will win because, like you said, usually teams get worse when they come off a Super Bowl. And I just feel like this is one of the games that Tampa Bay just, does good. Home field and everything, so.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I still don't see them beating the Eagles. All right, week 3 is still in Tampa Bay, but this time against the Steelers. I'm sorry, but I don't think they're gonna win this one either. I think the Steelers are gonna have a good year. I'm gonna guess this is Big Ben's last year because he's been talking about retirement for I think 2 years now. So I'm gonna guess this is his last year. So he's gonna definitely be trying his hardest this year. And I think the Buccaneers will lose week 3 as well.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. The Steelers are too good with Bell, Brown, Roethlisberger.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be hurt in the first 2 weeks, but you never know. Those 3 are always getting hurt. All right, week 4 is going to be Bucs at the Bears, and I'm going to say that this is going to be the Buccaneers' first win. I think the Bears not going to have that great a season again. I don't know. I don't see the Bears. I think the Bears could become the next Browns, to be honest. I think the Browns are going to be quite a bit better this year. Maybe not a very good team, but they're still going to be better than they were because they were the worst team. So I'm going to say that the Buccaneers will beat the Bears, and I'm going to say that's their first win of the season in week 4.
Yep, I agree. I think the Bucs will win. I just think they'll outplay them. I think it'll be pretty close, actually, because I think the Bears will do better than last season with their wide receiver upgrades, but I still think the Bucs will win by 6 or 3.
Yeah, I would probably also see this as a close game. Yeah, Bears making a lot of upgrades, but I just don't feel it. I don't feel like they're gonna be that different than they were last year. I don't know. That's just what I feel like. And then week 5 is the Buccaneers bye week, and then week 6 they are at the Falcons. I don't think there's any way that they're winning this. I think that the Falcons might be struggling this season. I don't know. I feel like they would just randomly go on a slump. Just because I feel like that's something the Falcons will do. They have great personnel. I think they're a great team. I think that they'll win this game with home field advantage. But I think it could be close. I don't know. That's just kind of what I feel. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers will lose this game because Julio Jones always goes off against the Bucs, and again, the Bucs rarely win when they're away at Atlanta. So yeah, the Falcons are just too good for that game.
All right, and then week 7 is going to be the Browns in Tampa Bay. I've already talked about the Browns so much, what I think of them for this next season. So I'm not going to talk about them too much more. But what I think for this game, I think that the Buccaneers are going to win this, but I'm going to say this is a very close game. I think the Buccaneers might win by 1 or 2 points. I think this could become kind of a field goal game with both teams kicking a ton of field goals, and maybe like a safety or something is how the Buccaneers would win the game. I feel like that's something the Browns would do, is let up a safety. So I think the Browns are going to lose to the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Bucs will beat the Browns. I also think it'll be a close game because the Browns, I think, will definitely be better this season. But I think, yeah, the Buccaneers will do better because I still think the Browns' defense isn't that good. And the Buccaneers have a lot of offensive weapons, so I think they'll beat them by 10 or 7, something like that.
Yeah, and once again, I pick these as soon as I see them, so the more I think about it, the more I agree or disagree with my decision. Just him talking there, it makes me really agree that the Buccaneers will win, because the more I think about the matchup between the Buccaneers offense and then the Browns defense, I definitely see the Buccaneers doing better. The Browns made a ton of upgrades, everyone knows, but yeah, they're mostly on offense, so I agree with that. And then week 8 is going to be the Buccaneers at Bengals, and I think this could be an interesting one, but I'm actually going to say that the Bengals win this. I don't know, I feel like the Bengals, this would be a game that they win, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say the Bucs win. I'm not trying to be all biased, but this is going to be a really close game because AJ Green is just going to be mossing everyone. But I just feel like the Buccaneers offense can put in a last game-winning drive, and the Bengals running situation doesn't look that good. So does the Bucs, but I think the Bucs will barely pull it out.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah, the more I think about the Buccaneers' offense, I think they're going to be forced to pass a lot, which could be problematic because their run game is kind of diminishing. But, yeah. And then week 9 is going to be Buccaneers at Panthers. I think this could be a close game. I feel like these two teams are interesting against each other, but I'm going to have to say that the Panthers win this. I'm saying that Buccaneers are not going to have that great a season, so I'm saying most of these we lose. They lose, sorry. I'm not a Buccaneers fan.
Yeah, the Buccaneers are going to lose this. This season is really a make-or-break year for Jameis Winston, and this game I feel like he's just going to not really do well. Cam Newton, I think, is going to be better. Their running game, Christian McCaffrey, they got C.J. Anderson. I feel like it will be better, and their linebacking core always destroys our offense somehow, so yeah, the Panthers will win, plus home field advantage.
Yeah, I feel like CJ is going to be good on the Panthers. It's always like that with Broncos players. They go to other teams, and then all of a sudden they're way better. So I feel like CJ is going to play better with a refreshed new team. So that's a good news for Panthers fans. And then the next one is going to be the Redskins in Tampa Bay. I think that could be an interesting game. Redskins, one of those teams that we don't really know how it's going to go with Alex Smith. But I'm going to say that the Buccaneers actually win this. I'm going to say that they have home field advantage in this, and I feel like the Redskins aren't going to have, I don't know, I feel like it could be a problematic year just with all the changes. I don't know. Redskins going through a lot of changes over the years, and they've been pretty adaptable to it. So, they might go through it well, but I just feel like the Buccaneers are going to beat them at home in this game in Week 10.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Buccaneers win. Alex Smith will definitely be good, but I think Levante David will shut him down pretty well. Our defensive line has got better. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Alex Smith. And I'm a big Chris Thompson fan, but since he broke his leg last season, I don't think he'll be as good. And their defense, the first name that comes to mind is Josh Norman. So if we get a good running game, we can just pound it on them pretty easily.
Yeah, I see a problem with that. I feel like they couldn't get a good running game, but that's just my opinion. That could be an interesting matchup with Josh Norman, though. But I'm still going to say that the Buccaneers are going to win that game. I feel like the Buccaneers actually beat the Redskins on defense there. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But Week 11 is going to be the Buccaneers at Giants. And I'm going to say the Buccaneers lose this game. I think this is a game that they should win, but I feel like it's a game that they will lose. Giants, I think, are just going to continue getting worse. Just free falling into a worse and worse team. I think they might become, if not the worst, one of the worst teams in the NFC. So I think the Buccaneers are still going to lose this, though, because this is definitely a game they should win, but I don't think they're going to. I just feel like this is a game they would lose going to New York. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say the Buccaneers lose this game. Like he said, they're probably going to lose by a decent amount, but I think the Giants will actually do pretty good this season because of OBJ coming back. And Saquon Barkley is going to be a huge game changer, and they got Nate Solder, so a huge offensive lineman. It's just their defense that has to hold up, but I still think the Giants will beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Giants having a lot of personnel upgrades, but I feel like the relationship with the coaches and the owner and players just isn't good, and that's my opinion on why the Giants, I feel like, are going to get even worse, even though they are getting player upgrades. And then Week 12 is going to be San Francisco coming to Tampa Bay. I think this could be an interesting game. I feel like this is a game that the 49ers should win, but maybe won't. I'm going to say it's a really close one, which I think the 49ers, I've already said it, are going to be amazing this year. Everyone already knows they got Richard Sherman, and then, of course, Jimmy G. But I'm going to say that the 49ers win, but only by a little bit. I feel like this could be a close game in Tampa Bay.
Okay, this was a hard one for me to decide, but I think the Bucs will win because home field advantage, and yes, they got Richard Sherman, but I think in the 2016 season, Mike Evans actually did really well against him, and I don't think, like, Jimmy G's getting all this hype, but I don't really feel like he's going to be that good based off his huge contract. And yeah, I just think the Bucs defense will step it up in this game, but it will be a very close game.
All right, we both agree that it's going to be a close game. With the Jimmy G hype, most hype in the NFL I disagree with, especially this recent with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what's going on with Chiefs fans. I don't know if you've seen my comments. It's been fun. But man, Patrick Mahomes I think is going to suck. But besides that, this is one of the hypes that I actually do agree with. I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is just going to keep playing better. I see your argument here with getting a big contract. A lot of NFL players have problems with that when they get a huge contract, they stop playing well. Brock Osweiler, for example. But I don't know. He's just starting out. I think he wants to make a name for himself. I don't think he's as much of a coward as Osweiler. Osweiler is pretty much just in it for the money. That's my opinion. I think that Garoppolo wants to make a real name for himself. I think he wants to win a Super Bowl. So I agree with the hype. But Week 13 is going to be the Panthers and Tampa Bay. So, again, this is an interesting team match. I've said it before, but I don't know. I feel like the Panthers are going to sweep them this year. I think this is going to be one of the years that they do it. I think it happens. It's going to happen very often after this year, where the Panthers are able to sweep the Buccaneers. I feel like the Buccaneers might be able to rise up after the season, but for me, I feel like the Buccaneers are going to have a horrible season this season. I think the Panthers are going to be able to sweep them, so I'm going to say that the Panthers are winning this game, Week 13.
Okay, I think the Buccaneers will win, just because for my predictions, this is like a time for make or break playoffs, and I just feel like Jameis Winston is just going to step it up. He's going to lead the team, but like this will be at most a 3-point differential game, for sure.
All right. I think I kind of agree with that, with the close game, but I don't know. For me, I don't even think playoffs is in the question for the Buccaneers. That's just my opinion. Kind of harsh, but for me, I don't feel like the Buccaneers have a chance of making the playoffs this year. But Week 14, another division game against the Saints. I did say that the Panthers will be able to sweep the Buccaneers for their division, but I don't think the Saints are going to be able to sweep. I feel like the Saints are a better team overall than the Panthers, but I feel like the Panthers are better against the Buccaneers than the Saints are against the Buccaneers. So I'm going to say that the Saints actually lose to the Buccaneers Week 14.
Yeah, this is a home game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so last season, Week 17, the Buccaneers they actually beat the Saints.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was an amazing game. I feel like it'll be another one of those games, except it's just the Bucs somehow pull off an upset against the Saints, even though it's at home. I just feel like they'll continue that streak. Maybe Drew Brees will have a little bad game, and then maybe Michael Thomas won't do as good, but I just feel like the Bucs will win this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree. Next game is Week 15, and this is at Ravens, and I feel like this is an interesting one, but I'm actually going to say that the Buccaneers win. I think the Ravens will have an interesting year this year. I feel like they're going to have a lot of ups and downs. But I don't know. I just feel like I just feel the Buccaneers winning this game. I don't really have that much of a reason for it. I just feel like the Buccaneers should win this game.
Yeah, like I said before, a ton of these Buccaneers games will be really close. This is going to be another one of them. Lamar Jackson, he's going to step it up, even though he might not start, but I like his hype. They got Michael Crabtree. Their defense is pretty good. They have a good run game with Alex Collins. This is going to be a very close game, but I feel like the Ravens will pull it out at the end.
Okay, so actually disagreeing. And I'm actually in his favor, and he's against himself. But with the Ravens, I'm just saying this for sure. I definitely think they're going to be better than last year. But I feel like they're just going to have maybe their first half of the season is going to be really good, and then I just feel like their second half of the season just isn't. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling. But Week 16 is going to be at Cowboys. You're talking about those big upsets a lot, and I think this is going to be the upset of the year for the Buccaneers. I'm going to say that the Buccaneers are able to beat the Cowboys in Dallas. I think this is just some crazy game. Maybe there's a pick six at the end of the game. I just feel like this could be a really crazy game, big upset, and the Buccaneers somehow win.
Okay, I'm actually really thinking about this because I think, like I said earlier, in the 2016 season, they barely lost to them. But they don't have Des Bryant. They do have Zeke. Their defense is pretty good. This is just a really hard one for me. But I'm going to say that the Buccaneers lose just because of the Cowboys have home field advantage. I think Dak Prescott will be very good, and Zeke is just probably going to destroy us.
All right, yeah, that's the safe bet. I think that would be more reasonable. But I don't know. I feel like this is going to be their big upset game of the year. Who knows? But the last one, Week 17, by the way, I did not realize how long a video this is going to be. With the video with me and Marcus, I think Marcus doesn't talk nearly as much as he does, and I feel like I'm talking more in this one, so I think we're giving more deep predictions, which I think is good. But sorry if the video is a little long. But last game is going to be against the Falcons in Tampa Bay. I feel like this is just going to be a horrible game for the Buccaneers. I feel like this is just going to be a loss at home to end off their horrible season. Real harsh, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. I could just see that right now. A game at 1 p.m. just getting slaughtered as their last game. That's what I picture.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this is just a game that the Buccaneers will do bad at. They'll be tired. They just won't play very good. Last game of the season, they're just not going to come into it very energized and everything.
Agreed.
And yeah, they're going to lose.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I feel like they're going to have a horrible season, so they're going to not really even care about this game. But yeah, that's it for the little pick'em. By the way, he even has a Buccaneers case. You don't see this room. There's Buccaneers everywhere. It's insane. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, sorry it was 22 minutes long right now. It'll probably be shortened to... Actually, I'm guessing it's about a 20-minute long video, which is pretty crazy. But if you guys made it all the way to the end, leave a comment saying that you did, because I give you congratulations. But thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Denver Broncos, they the truth. Quick to hit you with the mile high salute. Got the doubters and the haters on mute. From head to foot, draped out in orange and blue.